Who am I? What is this thing looking at me? What's this thing making this noise? My God, okay, my memory has come back. This is a mother box. And this place that I'm hiding in here is a secret location, hidden somewhere. Way, way, way down. Down in the deep and dirty bowels of historic downtown St. John's comes that show you love you baby, in the Library of Graphic Literature, with me, your quacky host, Wallace Ryan. And as you can tell, of course, it's hot here. How can you tell? Well, for one thing, I'm wearing shorts, and and you can see my knee bands. Someone was asking me about my wacky shorts, and they're actually trunks, and these are my knee bands because I live in a very hilly place, and I think over the years my knees have actually succumbed to what I like to call the downtown knees. So I wear these every so often just to give myself a leg up. Anyway. Great week for books here. Actually, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 books here to have a look at. Some really cool, a really big one here, as you can see. Let's start with some of the other ones here first, just to have a look. First of all, from Hermes comes Dark Shadows. This is the complete newspaper strip. I'm sure some of you might be familiar with the movie Dark Shadows that was done there a few years ago. But this actually comes from a TV show that I can remember watching as a kid in the 70s on the CBC, Dark Shadows, and it was kind of like a gothic soap opera, I guess is the best place to put it. And it involves this guy, Barnabas Collins, and his, who was a vampire. So this is, I do believe it's Ken Bald who also does this artwork here. Same who did it, and I do believe he did the comic strip too. Now of course some of the, it's a bit murky there. At least the color ones look really good. Sometimes I do have a problem with their reproduction. Like their Sky Masters, it was nowhere near as nice as some other books I've seen done by other people, especially someone like I think it's Amigo actually did a really nice job of them, the color ones. But you know, not bad. I give it half a hog anyway. All right. Now, let's move along here. Next. Oh, yes. Of course, once again, from those fine folks at the Library of American Comics comes the last volume of HAWKS from Gil Kane, Archie Goodwin, and Roger McKenzie. So, of course, anything done by Gil Kane, to me, is just absolutely so worth collecting. I've been a huge Gil Kane fan since I was just a little tyke. Kane has, a lot of modern comic book artists are missing is he has a graphic, a visual flow within his panels. You don't see very often out there. Not a lot of people have it, but he has it. Well, the best people usually have a good visual flow when it's going from panel to panel, but not like Kane. Kane is definitely the master of it. Your eye just flows basically with ease throughout all the panels, easy peasy. So let's have a close-up look here, and some good reproduction on most of these too, actually. Look in there. Come on. Who doesn't like Gil Kane, eh? I dare you. I double dog dare you, folks. Anyone out there? So this is a classic. Definitely worth picking up, I think. Unfortunately, this is the last volume in the series, which is a bit of a drag, but now this is good because I can now take them and go back and read the whole book. I do that a lot of times. If I'm buying a book, I'll buy them and put them aside, and then once I get them all, then I'll do a read through the entire set of books. Okay, what next? Oh, what next? We have. This comes from those days way back when. Might as well take off my glass so I can see fine here. This love affair that I'm about to talk about goes all the way back to the 70s when I first came across this artist, who at the time I didn't like, but I grew to love him. Like a lot of artists, some artists you come upon and at first you don't really like them, but then you grow, you gain a bit of taste and a bit of sophistication, and you begin to see why. You know, things like, you know, the reason why Jacques Kirby is so great, or why Tardi is an amazing artist. You know, that type of thing. It's the type of thing that it takes a while for you to really fall in love with the artist. Tardi was definitely one of those, Jacques Tardi. I wasn't a big fan of his, at the time, of his stripping in heavy metal called Polonius, but some of the other stuff I began to read and I really began to like, especially E.C. Mem. Oh Jesus, tons and tons of books by Tardi, and I recommend all of them. He's one of the finest European graphic novelists or graphic authors out there. And excuse me while I have a sip of tea. And if you want something a little bit different, something a little bit fun, something a little bit continental, then go for our friend Jacques Tardi. I mean, look at this. Now this is a the story of his father, who was a prisoner of war. So this a great historical graphic novel. Now this one I have not read, but I'm looking forward to reading it. I love his gray tone work too. Beautifully done. So yeah, so if any of you out there are not familiar with the works of Jacques Tardi, I would I would recommend that you actually get out there and check him out. He's well worth it. This book does deserve a kiss. And so anything by Tardi in my book nowadays is worth a kiss. What else do you have here today? Well, so I don't know, a couple of other books. Okay, well, let's pick them up. Okay, now, what week isn't complete without something else from Mike Mignola either, hey? And from him, from the pages of Hellboy BPRD, Hell on Earth 2. With people like Jason Latour, Tyler Cook, John Arcudi, Mike Mignola, of course, running the whole thing. As I've said in many of my other shows there, I'm a huge fan of Mike Mignola. Started off, of course, with Hellboy and all that, and then I moved into the BPRD and into Ape Sapien and on from there, and haven't looked back. Love his stuff. If you're out there, Mike, listening to me, which I hope you are, love your stuff. Love it. It's sort of a I don't know. It's a mystery horror. I don't know if you'd say detective or whatever, but it's mystery horror really. Supernatural. And a bit of investigative work thrown in with it there. I'm a bit of a detective freak, so this kind of you know, scratches that itch anyway. Let's have a look here. BPRD. I love how he's basically gotten a stable of people around him who are also great artists, and who for the most part complement his style, his work, and it just really fits well with his stories. If you had to read a story by him and thought to myself, oh, I didn't like that story, or that artist wasn't perfect for it, I don't know, he just seems to bring out the best. I mean, to see him going from, I mean, even his own art, to Guy Davis, to even to Richard Corbin, John Severin, all that, to be able to pull in so many different people and the likes, and to be able to turn out a fresh product like that all the time, c'est magnifique. Okay. Whew. It is really hot here. And you're saying to yourself, Wallace, what are you doing drinking tea? Well, this tea is slightly, it's more lukewarm by now. But I like tea. I drink tea in hot weather because I find it actually somehow cools me down. Okay. So we go from BPRD, Hell on Earth, to DC Comics Batman by Doug Moench and Kelley Jones. I like Kelley Jones, actually. Well, he reminds me, of course, a lot of people like Bernie Wrightson and Ghastly Graham Engels, and there's just something really cool about it. He got a great style. Storytelling too. His storytelling is top notch. Yeah, there's just something to him. To me, he's definitely one of the. I'd put him up there with some of the other classic Batman artists. But there's just something about, just like with Wrightson, he has this cool gothic feel to him. I love his shadow work is second to none. And like I say, all around one of my more favorite artists. This one's cool because it has sort of like an embossed sort of drawing on the cover itself. I like that. And let's have a quick scan, shall we, through. I mean, dig that, huh? Come on. Is that not a cool Batman, or is that not a cool Batman? But yeah, there's something very very neat and very moody too. There. I think he would actually make a great artist on a Spectre comic. I would love to see him doing the Spectre. Spectre, of course, being another one of my favorite characters. So yeah, here, nice shot here of some cool Kelley Jones work on the Batman. On the Batman. Batman. On Batman. So yeah, any of you Batman fans, I would recommend you pick this one up. It's good. Any of you Kelley Jones fans, I also recommend you pick it up. Let's wrap that up. And tis a warm one indeedy there, folks. Oh, and here we go. Pull out this is volume 2 of the Punisher Max. I'm still actually reading what's in. I have a huge reading stack, by the way, people, and I've been really concentrating on getting this one out of the way because I love. It's funny. Usually, I'm not a huge Punisher fan per se, but whenever Garth Ennis does Punisher, it's just like I've got to have it. He does an amazing job with the character. As a matter of fact, I think he does possibly the best job of anyone that I can think of since that original mini-series. That was actually the last non-Ennis Punisher that I really liked, the original mini-series. So, let's pull the dust jacket off there. There you go. Punisher Max. Pretty cool, eh? But yeah, there's something of course about the man that I absolutely love his stuff. Great stories. They go in ways that you can't even think about. Of course, I'm not going to show you too much because I don't want you to be seeing something and then saying, oh my god, I'm reading that now and that just spoiled my story for me. But yeah, amazing artwork. But for me, stories, he's top notch. I don't know anyone else who can do Punisher like Ennis. It's like it's tailor-made for him. So yeah, hopefully I will finish the other one and then get into this one and get through this one and read and gobble up this one and enjoy it. Whoo, hoo, hoo, hoo. As the heat beats down on this island way out in the North Atlantic. Whoo, hoo, hoo, hoo. One more sip of tea before we get on to the last book here. And the last book here tonight is a whopper. Check this out. Oh. This is Jack Kirby Marvel's Heroes and Monsters. So of course this is an artist edition, and you can tell by the size of it, this is probably an artist edition of a lot of his earlier stuff, which I know to be true. So let's haul this out first of all. Oh. Whew. I like the fact that they come with their own boxes like this. And as opposed to some people who just turn around and throw these out, I save every single one of these boxes. And I can tell you why. It was the last time I moved the library, they came in handy. They're great for protecting. Because, I mean, of course, most expensive books, most absolute editions come in those. And they do a great job of protecting your book. So that's why I always save those. I throw them in a pile in behind some of my bookcases, actually. And they come in handy. I mean, even as a kid, my brother and I used to do, if we bought a stereo or whatever, some piece of equipment, sound equipment, so we were big into listening to music at the time, we would always keep the boxes the set equipment came in. Whew, okay. Whew. And for you folks out there who don't know me, I'm an absolute freakazoid when it comes to Jack Kirby. I would have to say probably he's probably one of my all-time favorites, if not my all-time favorite. As a matter of fact, a lot of times I've built my teachings and my learnings all around Jack Kirby. And as a matter of fact, I used to even my saying for the longest while was, "What would Jack do?" So when I'm thinking of a situation, I think, "What would Jack do?"